Sebastian's with us in Tampa, Florida. Good afternoon, Sebastian. How can Chrissy and I help?
Hey, how you guys doing? Huge fan. So I had one quick question. I have one debt. It's to my grandparents, and they're really nice about it. Like, they're not rushing me, but it's one of those things that, like, when you sit next to them at dinner, food don't taste as good because I know I owe them that money. It's $3,000, and I have $1,000 right now saved to pay them back. So I make $15 an hour at my job right now, working 33 hours a week, and I'm going to school. No student debt. I've been cash flowing that. I have a side hustle of reselling shoes, like Nikes, Adidas, all that. So my main question was, I want to kind of take it to the next level with reselling shoes because I've had like pretty decent success. Mm-hmm. But to do that, I need to invest in a computer so that I could run like softwares like that act like people so I could pick up more shoes. Mm-hmm. And the issue with that is a computer for that is very specific. So I need to build it, and that's $1,500. But I know like my profit margin would be really like it'd be guaranteed because I already know how to use most of that stuff. I just don't have the computer. Would it be wise to go ahead and invest in the computer before paying my grandparents off so that I could like pay them back faster, or should I just keep saving up as I've been doing to pay them back?
So the $1,000 is your total savings? That's all the
that's
savings.
What I've been saving up for probably the past like 3 weeks, and that's what I've gotten so far.
Okay, help me understand this software. I'm not disagreeing. I just don't understand it. Tell me what you are going to be able to do with this computer and software that you can't do right now on your phone, just being scrappy, manual, hustling, getting it done. Okay,
so what it is, it's called bots. So a bot, I'm in a cook group, which is like I can rent bots for let's say anywhere from $50 to $240, depending on how good of a software I want. And what that software will do is, on this computer, I could have like, instead of one tab open that is for me to add a shoe to a cart, I can have 100 to 200 tabs open and be able to get multiple pairs to resell.
Oh, so you're trying to get, fancy.
You're trying to turn these shoes faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have friends that they're already into this, and I see the numbers that they're able to pull off from it, but I don't have a computer that's capable of having that many tabs open, and I can run bots on.
All right, here's what I want you to do. I want to challenge you on something, Sebastian. I'm not against you getting this computer and this software, but I want you to do two things before you do. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to, if you have a friend that is truly doing this, either ask them if you can borrow it for a day, for an hour. I want you to prove that you can do this. I want you to actually test the software and prove to yourself that you can turn this profit that you think you can before you drop $1,500 into it. I just want you to test it out. However you go about that, whether it's a friend or whatever you do, I just want you to test it. The second thing, if that works and you're like, yeah, this is I've validated my idea, I definitely can get it. I want you to sit down with your grandparents, tell them your plan, and ask their permission for you to make this expense with the intention of you want to pay them off sooner. I want them to feel a part of the decision since you're in debt to them, just out of respect for them and for your own conscience, that you're not sitting down at dinner feeling like you just bought this software and feeling even worse about it and you hid it from them. So I just want you to take a couple steps. And then the other thing is if you decide to do it, they're good with it, you prove your idea, I want you to set a goal that you are going to pay that back to yourself. You're going to make that much money back in less than 3 months. I want you.
And that's why I was kind of hesitant instead of just jumping into it, because I don't want them to think that like, oh, he just spent this much money on a computer and he's not paying us back. Like I saw that I set a budget, and it's like if I live by my budget, which I've been really been strict to myself about it, I can have everything paid off to them in 3 months. And I was like, oh, maybe if I can invest into this, I can have it paid back in 2 months.
All right.
But like you said, I would have to talk to them first about it.
Well, but here's the thing. You're in school. You're cash flowing. You've got a side hustle. You're a driven guy. You're not just sitting around eating popcorn expecting people to make a way for you. You're trying. And I hear that in your voice and see it in what you've already done. I just want to make sure when you do this, you're upfront with your grandparents, you're clear and prove your idea that you can do it, and then you hold your feet to the fire to get it done in 2 months, 3 months, something like that. Mm-hmm. And I think you will. I think if you do that, that's the right way to go about it to get it paid off even faster.
Sebastian, let me ask you this. What was the $3,000 for that your parents loaned you the money for?
So last year, I actually moved out to go to school in Gainesville. And so I didn't have a job when I first went there. And so I had to pay my own rent. I had to pay for food. And I made really bad decisions. And I joined a fraternity, which I knew I couldn't afford, but I still did it anyway. I wasn't listening to you guys, obviously. And so now that it's like that I am, I'm like, man, I really should not have done that because that was like $1,500 on its own. So luckily my grandparents, they helped me and they're like, hey, like, you can pay this back whenever you're able to, but this is so that you can like keep going to school over there. Since then, I'm back home ever since like classes went online for COVID. So I don't have to worry about paying rent or anything like that. Thank God.
So you're home.
Still,
You're home doing
yeah,
online
yes, sir.
school.
Yes, sir.
So that means you have access to a computer.
I have a computer, but it's like 8 years old, and it's not something I can run when I want to do on.
No.
This computer won't have that software. You can make this work.
Yeah, you can make this work, Sebastian. Yeah.
I thought he didn't have a computer, Ao.
I mean, we just had to ask the right questions. Here's my thing, man. I was agreeing with Christy until you said you had a computer. I don't sell shoes.
Same. I don't know the business.
You can sell shoes, and you may not be able to sell it as fast as your friends. But right now, I think you have to really lay down some priorities. You borrowed money from your mom, your parents, so you could join a fraternity. You need to pay them back. Okay, it's time for you to step up to be a man and say, you know what? Let me do what I got to do. Pay them back, and then if you want to save up to get the computer, a better computer to sell more shoes, then you do that. But I think the first step to being a man is paying the people.
Use what you've got. If you've got a computer, you got a phone. Use what you've got to do what you want to do. Then you can upgrade it.
I like that.